In today's video, we're comparing the Lenovo Tab P12 Pro versus the Tab P11 Pro to find out which tablet is better for you. The cost of the P12 Pro starts at $629, and if you can find the Tab P11 Pro, the cost is around $430 to $500. Obviously, depending on which version you buy, because they seem to be phasing that tablet out to make room for the new P12 Pro. The best part of these two tablets, in my opinion, is definitely going to be the large, high-resolution screens. In person, both of these look really good. In fact, most people would probably think these two tablets are made by Samsung instead of Lenovo. The screen seems a little bit more white or blue on the Tab P11 Pro versus a more yellow tint on the P12 Pro. As you can see here next to each other, I also feel like the P12 Pro is a tad brighter overall. Not sure if you can tell from this video, but the colors do seem a little bit brighter on the P12 Pro as well. But then the colors actually look a little more accurate on the P11 Pro. So I think it depends what you're looking for. The P12 Pro is quite a bit larger and a little bit heavier than the P11 Pro. You get 11.5-inch OLED display on the P11 Pro, 12.6-inch AMOLED display on the Tab P12 Pro, 2560 by 1600 pixels on both tablets. But when you have these next to each other, you're gonna notice the P12 looks a little bit higher resolution. Text is also gonna look a little bit more sharp as well. I don't think it's a deal breaker. I think it just comes down to the technology that's used in the P11 Pro versus the P12. Nice thing is you can get up to 2160p resolution when watching videos on YouTube, full HD playback on Netflix on both tablets since the P11 Pro was updated. If you remember, it was only SD when it first came out. Now, if you like tablets, phones, and other tech, consider hitting that subscribe button. I try to cover as much on the channel as possible, and I'll be posting more videos this year than ever before. The Tab P12 Pro actually came with the Precision Pen 3, which actually works really good. I don't think it's quite as good as the S Pen on Samsung for drawing, but I think it's still good enough for just about everything, and most people are going to be satisfied with it. It's definitely better than just using any capacitive stylus, and you can even use that same pen or the Precision Pen 2 on the Tab P11 Pro. Just a really nice option to have. Both tablets are on Android 11 now that the P11 Pro has been updated since it was released, but obviously the P12 Pro is going to get updates longer since it's newer. There's only a few minor differences. They did add some more shortcuts up there in the notification shade. Swipe left of the home screen, you're going to get the Google experience. Both tablets have a fingerprint scanner built right into the power button, which is actually a pretty nice spot to have it. They both actually work pretty decent in that location, probably faster than some on Samsung that are built into the screen as well. You also get productivity mode on both tablets, which is a really nice feature. It's sort of their answer to Samsung DeX. It might not be quite as polished as Samsung DeX, but again, it's just a nice option to have if you want it to feel a little bit closer to using a regular laptop. Both of these are very similar in how they're set up. Overall, you're going to get a very similar experience regardless of which tablet you're using. Battery life is really good on both of these. I got 10 hours of battery life on the P11 Pro and an hour more on the P12 Pro, so just over 11 hours. That's actually some of the best that I've tested on the channel, so you can't really go wrong with either tablet when it comes to battery life. So you'll easily be able to get through a couple days with normal usage with either tablet, and you can even get up to 45-watt quick charge with the P12 Pro. Performance is going to be quite a bit better on the P12 Pro as well, especially when you look at Geekbench scores, almost twice as much on both single core and multi-core scores. You get a Snapdragon 730G on the P11 Pro, Snapdragon 870 on the P12 Pro. Both of my tablets here have 6 GB of RAM, 128 GB of storage, but obviously there's other versions out there. Now when it comes to games, they're going to load a little bit faster on the P12 Pro, but overall the P11 Pro still looks really good once it's up and running. You get HD graphics, high frame rates on games like PUBG Mobile. Asphalt 9 played really smooth on here as well. I think most people are going to be satisfied with either tablet when it comes to gaming. They both seem to have plenty of horsepower for most games that are going to be on the Google Play Store. Another top feature in my opinion is going to be the JBL quad speakers you get on both tablets, and they both have Dolby Atmos. These are definitely some of the loudest tablets that you can get, and here's a quick sample of each just to give you an idea of what to expect. Now when it comes to the cameras, they're going to be fairly similar. You get a 13 megapixel and 5 megapixel rear facing camera on both tablets, and then a 5 megapixel front facing camera for each of these. You also get 1080p resolution on the front and rear facing cameras, but you also get the 4K resolution option on the rear facing camera of the P12 Pro. It's again good quality for tablets, not quite as good as on some cell phones. I mean, these should be fine for like Zoom meetings, that kind of stuff. I'll give you a few samples of photos and video just to give you an idea of what to expect. Overall though, I think as long as you have good lighting, you should be fine with either tablet. So as you can see, there's gonna be some things very similar between these two tablets, but the newer and more expensive one is gonna be the better option in my opinion. Now, obviously, depending on what you're looking for, how you're gonna be using the tablet could determine which one is better for you. I know if you're looking for a more high-end tablet from Lenovo, these are definitely two pretty good options to consider. So if you've made it this far into the video, you may want to say thanks by subscribing, and don't forget to give a thumbs up if this video was helpful. This is Brian from Fishbee Productions. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.